I heard so much hate about Masters of the Universe Revelations that I took about 2.5 hours out of my day to watch what has been released so far. So the first half of the season, episodes 1 through 5. And oh boy, that was a roller coaster. But you know, one of those roller coasters where they force you to stand up and the seat like rides up too intimately, but not in a fun way, and you black out every time you do an inversion. My overall no spoilers opinion, if you want a fun little trip down Nostalgia Bay by watching a He-Man series, don't watch this. Wait until you're in a bad mood, depressed, and you want to think about your childhood and how everything is awful now. This show, my god, just beats you down from the first episode to episode 5. And there's 5 more episodes, so I don't want to know what depressed place they're going to bring us to. Are they trying to get people that watched He-Man as a child to kill themselves? Really though, if you watched He-Man as a child, you're going to see all the characters you knew and loved, maybe even the characters you didn't like. They're all there. However, if you're thinking this show is going to focus on He-Man, it's not. So if you're watching for that beefcake, I'm sorry. In general, if you want to watch a series where characters make good decisions, you're gonna have a bad time watching this series. If social justice warrior stuff bothers you, you're gonna have a bad time with this series. And I'm not one that I really care about wokeness either way. I'm not someone that's gonna make a million videos about how, oh, this person went woke and now broke. I only care about it when it impacts the story in a negative way. It impacts the story in a negative way. And it's weird because it's almost like they went out of their way to shove certain things in. And they knew it was going to make the show worse, but they didn't care because they were getting their wokeness points. Stop! And for the record, I'm all for woman empowerment. I'm also all for man empowerment. I don't really feel like we need to discriminate against one group, and I feel like that's what happens. We put down one group to elevate another. Just treat them all as equal. Just tell a good story. Why do we have to do this over and over and you don't learn your fucking lesson? Okay, I'm sorry. The voice acting was superb. Mark Hamill as Skeletor, just beautiful. I love him as villain voice acting in general. I think Mark Hamill is one of the most talented voice actors around. So anytime he's in a role, I love it. Lena Headey as Evil Lynn was a choice that I feel like was fairly obvious because every line she delivered, I was like, damn, you are perfect for this role. I think just in general, she has a very kind of like evilness to her voice that just resonated with this character. Liam Cunningham as Master at Arms. I love Liam Cunningham. I think he is the most adorable elderly man in the world, and him as Man at Arms, so good. Every time he opened his mouth, I was just, please keep speaking. Sarah Michelle Gellar, even as Teela, I think was pretty good. I liked her. All her voice work was great, even if the character made me want to punch a wall. Really, you should look up the list of voice actors they have for this show because they went out of their way to get this great cast. The animation is also beautiful. I can't think of any of the aesthetics that I didn't love. It was gorgeous. So the artists that worked on this show, you should be very, very proud of yourself, and I'm sure you are. So before getting into spoilers, if you like the He-Man universe, give this series a try, but realize that when you see all these characters you love, you're going to be seeing them at their worst. Now for spoilers. So if you don't want spoilers for the first 5 episodes, please don't watch, like, subscribe. Thank you for letting me ramble. Holy shit, was it me or was Teela a raging cunt? Holy hell, everything was a lie? Dude, the king didn't know Adam's secret. You earned Man at Arms yourself. That was real. You're blowing a hissy fit and throwing behind everything because someone didn't tell you a secret? You're PO'd at your dad for keeping a secret for the prince, who he swore loyalty to. I'm sorry, Tila, but your father has a duty to the prince before you. She just was so nasty and petty to everyone. Oh, nothing's real, everything's a lie. Tons of people didn't know Tila, even Adam's own father. It's gonna be okay. You could have stayed there, you could have served, you could have continued on with protecting. But instead, you just threw everything away because, I don't know, you like throwing temper tantrums. And after Lynn tried to save Orko and he ended up dying, afterwards, she's like, oh, I should have never trusted you. I should have never teamed up with you. I'm gonna kill you, and instantly pulls her sword on her. My guy, Lynn has done nothing but help you. You saw she tried to save him, and you just turn on her like that? Calm your energy. I feel like as soon as something bad happens and Tila doesn't like it, she dumps you. She's like, screw you, you're out of my life forever. No wonder Lynn, when Skeletor came back, was like, yeah, fuck you guys, I'm going with him. Though in fairness, Lynn does change sides very easily. I love seeing her working with Orko and helping him realize his true self and actually being competent at magic, and that sacrifice was cool, even though I kind of wish he didn't have to sacrifice himself. I'm assuming they're going to bring him back by the end of this series. Some of the speeches that were given didn't really make sense. Lynn's speech to him was a little weird. It was usually inspirational speeches in shows, I'm like, hell yeah, pump us up. But hers, I thought, I don't know where you were going with that. I don't know if it's just because I love Liam Cunningham, but I adored every season with Man-at-Arms, and I understand why the king banished him. I understand that part. If I had somebody in my service that knowingly put my son at danger over and over again and kept a big secret from me, I'd be PO'd too and say GTFO. It actually shows how level-headed the king is, that he didn't just banish the entire family. He was willing to let Tila stay. That's actually a pretty big deal and pretty big of the king. Normally, you piss off the king and he's just gonna take out everyone in your family. I do feel so bad for the king. Imagine the amount of regret he's living with, thinking about all the times he told Adam, I wish I could be proud of you, and like making these jabs, and then it turned out that he was He-Man. That has to be like a constant level of, oh my god, I was such a shitty dad. Was He-Man/Adam dying in the very first episode supposed to be a shocking moment to draw us in? I mean, it was a shocking moment, but then it was followed by Tila saying F it to everything, and everybody pretty much going their own way, and we really didn't see a lot of mourning for Adam or He-Man. It kind of felt really disrespectful. Oh hey, he gave up his life for the universe, and then Tila just spits on everything he did and walks away. Cool. The fact, too, that she's so PO'd at him still, that she's in the afterlife and has another opportunity to talk with him and work it out. A man that gave his life for the universe, and she's still being all pissy. I don't know. That's cold-blooded. I kind of think that Adam should have rethought his friendship with you, not the other way around. Then the guy gave up heaven. Possibly forever. Paradise. And she still was acting a bit pissy about it. My goodness, what do you have to do to get on her good side? I don't know, let's move on so I don't keep bitching about this. I'm a little confused about Tila and Andra. I thought they were a couple. I thought that's what they were hinting at. Everything seemed to go that way, but then we heard that Tila was carrying a torch for He-Man/Adam. So maybe she's bi? I don't know. I thought they were pushing the story in that direction, and then it seemed like they weren't, and I misunderstood the relationship between the two women. If you thought that too, let me know in the comment section down below, because now I just feel like I'm crazy. And I'm fine regardless of whether they were trying to ship those two women or Tila and Adam. I don't really ship people in general. I don't care, whatever happens, but I don't know, I just feel like, how did I misread that so badly? But yeah, I say Andre, Evil Lynn, Man-at-Arms, 3 favorite characters from this series. I'd say He-Man / Adam, but maybe in the top 5. We're not getting a lot of screen time with him, so it's kind of hard to say, oh, this is my favorite character in this series. Now, I can be an overly sappy person, so going back to the speeches, I thought it was so weird. So Evelyn's speech to Orko, kind of weird. Then Orko's end up speech, kind of weird. Teela's? Her worst fear is that she's not ordinary. Alright. Honestly, at this point, I kind of hope that Skeletor just remains in control of the entire universe and just either fucking wipes them all out or enslaves them, because, well, except for Man-at-Arms. Skeletor, give him a nice paradise to live in. But yeah, in the second half of this series, keep Skeletor winning. Keep him at the top of his game, because these other characters kind of don't deserve to win. Also, I may or may not have a thing for villains, but still, Skeletor should win in the end of this series. If you really want to blow us away because you're doing all these shocking changes, Skeletor stays ruling the universe. Ooh, maybe him and Evelyn can have kids. Oh wait, no, they made him an incel, which is a lot different than Skeletor lore. He doesn't become evil because of how he looks. That was a bit weird. I get the comparison that they're trying to draw with incels and Skeletor. Oh, I can't have women, so I'm going to just ruthlessly murder people, as we've seen like certain incels going and shooting up places. I get that, but it doesn't work for Skeletor. I don't know why you did that. I don't know why you needed to whip out your dick and piss on him like that. Nobody will accept me as a man, so I need the ultimate power to rule the universe. Don't make Skeletor a basic bitch, come on. Also, Skeletor, I just want you to know that in our world, serial killers that have just brutally murdered people that are locked behind bars get tons of marriage proposals and women throwing themselves at them. So I really don't think your looks are gonna play much into it. You're gonna be someone's kink. I mean, Skeletor. Ugh, watching this show was really difficult. I was liking the first episode until the end, and then I thought, okay, this is gonna get better. They're gonna do something crazy with this. And each episode, I just got more and more depressed and thought, why do I keep watching? And then I realized it's because I like pain. At this point, I'm giving the series 3 or 4 out of 10, only with the hopes that in the second half when they release it, Skeletor just brutally fucks up everyone's day. But maybe you loved the first half of this season. If you did, I mean, let me know in the comment section down below. Or even, if you didn't, let me know what your gripes are. Like, subscribe, and just pour out all your feelings about this series in the comment section down below.